Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CNT podcast. My name is Tommy Terrio, and you know, taking it
My
back a
name is
little bit,
Justin Yomar.
I got
Hey,
one guy with me.
and you might
No,
not recognize me. It's been a while. New face. I'm back.
we wanted to bring some new life, of course, to the podcast.
I'm back. Wow. I went like 206 episodes without missing one. It kind of hard not to be on the last episode, but you guys did a great job with it. You and Dylan. It was very fun.
Appreciate
I
it.
actually got I actually got to listen to an episode for once. I cannot
Yeah,
stand listening to myself talk, so I've never actually sat down and listened to an episode of CNT before. So I finally got to do that, which was pretty nice. But I'm
glad
glad
you
to be
enjoyed
back.
it.
I'm glad to be back. Tommy and Dylan did a great job. They did one of my favorite topics without me, though. Always look forward to those episodes, the free agent predictions. But yeah, that's what happens when you go to St. Louis. However, I have a fun picture to show everyone from
Uh-oh.
St. Louis.
Uh-oh.
It's from the arch. So I'm in the arch in this picture, and I happen to be looking over Busch Stadium. Yeah, that's right. I flipped off Busch Stadium from the arch and took a picture of it. Are you surprised that I did that? You better not be.
I love to
You
say that
better
I am,
not
but
be.
I cannot say that I am.
As you shouldn't. That was very fun. It was a fun trip. I had a good time.
It was a
So
really
at
a
the
clever
it
move
was
there.
for yearbook. So there's a big convention. There's multiple classes about podcasting. So those were really good. Those were my two favorite classes. They had one each day. Very
Nice,
informative. They were really
nice.
good classes. Now that we're done talking about St. Louis, let's talk about the actually good team in the NL Central for Card of the Week. I got a Chris Bryant, Future Stars, Top Strom PSA 9. Got this in a trade from our guy Dylan, who did a great job last week. I'll say it again.
I forgot
Trade
how
with
much of a
him.
comedian you were.
The Cardinals suck. So it's a pretty nice card. Just like Brian's one of my favorite players. He's top three favorite player of all time, if not one. So getting the 2016 top strong future stars of him in the PSA slab is nice. The
Of
2016, obviously my favorite baseball season of all time.
course.
Bartolo's home run, the Cubs winning the World Series, Bryant being MVP. It's just like beautiful, beautiful. Couldn't ask
Yep.
for more. I truly couldn't.
Um, so do we want to go through our awards reaction then?
Yeah. First, I'm owed an apology from a bet we made. You want to do it
Uh,
now or do you want to wait?
I'll wait until we get to the
I am looking
award.
forward to it. And Tommy, it has to be one of the clips this week. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it will
You,
be. It
you
will be.
usually pick out the clips. It has to be if you don't pick it out, I will not be using one of your clips, and I will pick it out myself. It will be a clip
All right.
because I want to never forget this moment.
All right.
Let's get into it though. You want to start with Silver Slugger or Gold Glove? Up to you.
Let's start with the Gold Glove.
Okay. Get the
Catcher first,
ball.
I believe.
Let's do it. Why not? Why not?
All right. Gold Glove catcher in the American League first was Jose Trevino of the New York Yankees.
I don't hate. I mean, like catcher is such a slim position. I definitely think he deserved it. However, I don't think he deserved the platinum glove.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. One second. I
Bless
think.
you.
Oh, it's a cough. Don't worry about it.
You're still gonna be blessed. Okay, it's
Hey,
okay.
appreciate it.
I
Appreciate it.
got you. I got you. I got you.
I think you're right though when you say like there's slim pickings that catcher. Like he was the obvious
Mm-hmm.
choice just because he is a good defensive catcher. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're, when you don't have that much stellar competition, you're probably looking at what like Alejandro Kirk is. You're probably one of those other guys in there. Like
Yeah.
it's not a great position. I mean,
Catching is the worst position in the major leagues, but one of the best positions in the minor leagues.
oh,
I've said that before too.
in terms of
Easily.
talent
Yeah, in
there.
terms of talent, yeah. Look, there's not a lot of great MLB catchers right now, but there's a lot of great minor league catching prospects.
Yeah.
Two of my favorites are with the Rockies and Hunter Goodman and Drew Romo.
Yeah,
Hunter Goodman though, he played a lot of first base this year because the Rockies were carrying like 5 catchers on that team, on that high A team.
yeah.
So the Spokane Indians. So he played a good amount of first base, so he might slide over to first for a bit in the bigs.
But you
He
still
has
also have like what
he
Henry
has
Davis is
tremendous
one.
power. Yeah, Henry
Yeah.
Davis. Not
The
Adley anymore. Shea Landier's kinda he played a little in the bigs. I think he's
Alvarez,
still rated as a
Francisco
prospect.
Alvarez will still be a prospect.
Alvarez, like there's a lot of good catching prospects.
Yeah. Um. So going over to the National League for catcher, JT Realmuto.
Should have been Wilson. No, it shouldn't have been because we played Wilson at DH a lot more than we did at catcher. So I like that pick. I don't definitely think he should have won. Again, catcher, the Gold Lovely is just so mad, like
I will say as well though,
so slim
I'm
picking.
glad they didn't give it to Yachty just off of hey, it's his last year and he was a pretty good defender. Like he was like
Yeah,
Yachty did pretty much normal Yachty stuff, but they didn't give it to him just because, like
I
reputation.
do
I did
love it
like
when Cardinals players miss out on awards. So I do love seeing that. I won't lie.
clever.
Thank you. So first base next.
Yeah. American League first base, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I think that's a little crazy. I think Vlad played a lot of DH, and I don't think Vlad's that great of a first baseman defensively. I think they really just picked him because he's the big name first baseman. He's the young multiple star. I think there were better defenders at first base than him this year, especially because he played half the time at DH.
Yeah, that was something that was kind of concerning to me. Was like the DH
Mhm.
numbers, but
Exactly. Like, it's the same thing with Wilson. If Wilson played all catcher, he would be up there for the Gold Glove. But he played more DH than catcher, so he shouldn't have even been considered, which he wasn't. But it's the same thing with Vlad. But since Vlad's the young, marketable player, he was still in the conversation, and he even won it. He didn't deserve to win it. He's not that great on defense. He is a DH at heart.
yeah, no, that was yeah. You are very much right. Sorry, one second. I'm trying to find. There's a stat I was looking for
Mm.
about
Stats.
Vlad's DRS, but
I do love stats. I won't lie.
all right, I'll find it later, and if I find it and all that, I'll bring it back up. But let's go over to the National League first baseman Christian Walker of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I like this pick. I think he was very good defensively. I think he's one of the most underrated guys in the league. Now was he the best defensive first baseman in the NL? Maybe not, but seeing him get love, well deserved. Happy to see it. No complaints at all with him winning.
Yeah, I don't know that I would put. I mean, unless you really want to just hammer like the Paul Goldschmidt train, he was a great defender this year as well. But
He
no,
was, but I
Chris,
feel like Pujols played a little first, and so that kind of cut into his games there.
if Pujols was mostly DH though, so I don't
I
think
know,
it's too.
but
I don't think
I
it's
feel
that
like
big
he
of a
played a
concern.
couple, like a handful of games at first.
Yeah, I just don't think it's too big. I don't. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Christian Walker was the right pick. Like, and that's one of those things where it's like you could have given it to Pujols, and I don't think anybody here would be mad about it.
I
But
would be mad because he barely played there. Like he was a DH.
sorry, Goldschmidt. Sorry, not Pujols.
Okay, yeah.
Goldschmidt. Yeah,
There you go. I would not have been mad for his Goldschmidt, but again, seeing a Cardinal player miss out on an award, I'd love to see it.
yeah. Um, American League second base, Andres Jimenez.
I love that pick. Jimenez had such a good year. He
Oh,
deserves to be recognized.
um, it's um it's really good actually how like well this Mets Guardians trade has played out for both sides
It might be one of the most even trades in the MLB. I mean, you always hear people
recently.
talk about NBA fair trades with the Luca for Trey Young, and that pick is very even. You could argue this Mets Guardians one was even more even.
Because so it was Carrasco and Lindor for Jimenez,
for
Rosario.
Rosario, and I think there was someone else, but I'm blanking on who.
I'll pull it up.
I mean, I
Just
guess with Carrasco's been solid, so I feel like maybe if Carrasco wasn't involved, I think it may be more even. But with Carrasco being involved in how he's come back and been solid, maybe it
yeah.
is a little more in the Mets side now that I
He
think
also
about it.
just
Because
makes he also just makes these plays work too. What's his name? Like Jimenez just is electric and just fun. He's just fun to watch when he's on defense.
great
Uh,
player.
so it was Lindor and Carrasco for Jimenez, Rosario, and then Josh Wolf as well as Isaiah Green.
Kind of just throwing prospects.
I don't know. I don't know how either of them have done recently.
Nor do I. Nor do I.
In this year with the in the at rookie level, he Wolf went Wolf only played one game. He just hasn't played very
Mm,
much. He's a starting pitcher and he just hasn't played much.
Not ideal. Not ideal at all.
And then Isaiah Green. Let me make sure I spelled that right. Green. There you go.
Green.
E at the end again. He played. Let's see.
Sorry.
So he played it. He played at a low A. It looks like. Um. Yeah. So yeah, he played at low A. He hit 226 with a 733 OPS. So whatever, not great, but
Not
at the end
horrible.
at the end of the day, with the fact that Carrasco hasn't done amazingly, the return is enough. I would argue.
Yeah, it's a pretty fair trade, but yeah, solid trade. Solid trade for sure.
Going over to the
I know.
NL second base, the Rockies only participant, Brendan Rodgers. I believe he had the best DRS among at least NL second baseman. I don't know about all second basemen, but he was amazing in the field. One of the like lone bright spots for the Rockies.
I don't hate it. You could argue a few other people, but I mean overall, second base was kind of a toss up in the NL, so I don't hate the Rockies getting some love. Brendan Rodgers is definitely great in the field. Definitely deserved a nod. Again, I think you could argue it, but overall, everyone is so close at the second base in the NL that you can't really complain.
Yeah. Um.
Shortstop, though, that's when it's going to be interesting because, like how we said, catcher is so slim in the MLB. Shortstop is so deep in the MLB. Like, shortstop,
Yeah.
I think, is easily the best position in the major league level and top three in the minor league level. I just think there's so many amazing young, talented shortstops, as well as older veteran shortstops who are also still very good in the MLB level.
I think it's yeah. I mean, I think it's right field probably, but I feel like that's a matter of
Right field,
percentage.
yeah. It's right
Uh,
field and shortstop are definitely 1 and 2, maybe even
yeah.
1A, 1B.
Yeah. But first, we got to go to third base. First, the American League, Ramon Urias of the Baltimore Orioles. Um,
I don't love it because I just feel like there's players who played similar to him who just played more games that thought.
let's see, how many games did he play? Let's see if I can find how many games he played at third. Give me a second.
Giving you a second.
He played 98 games at third
98.
base.
Like, that's a lot, but I guarantee you there's someone who was just as good,
Yeah.
who's honestly just like played more games at third base. So I don't love it. I
I
don't
will
love
say he
it.
had a 969 fielding percentage.
Like, he was definitely good, but there's people who probably played third base who had similar stats but played the position longer. I don't love that pick. I think that
The
was
other
one of the big misses this year.
the other two finalists were Matt Chapman and Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, I think one of them should have gotten it because
I
they
feel
would
like
have played third more. Maybe not
Matt,
Matt Chapman, but Jose Ramirez definitely played third base a lot more.
yeah, Matt Chapman's like kind of a perennial guy. He played third base 153 games, and he had a better fielding percentage. So
Exactly.
it,
My point exactly. What I was saying, proven right.
yeah,
Enough said. Honestly, that's enough said for me.
which kind of sucks too because like Urias did
Hmm.
all he could with what he had. Like
Yeah,
he can't
Urias,
control where he go, like when he plays what position. Let's say.
Urias, I'm not trying to diss it. Like, he had a great year. He was a really good, solid player for a team that was not supposed to be as good as they were. He did great. I'm not trying to diminish him. He just should not have been a gold glove winner.
Yeah,
He's a great guy, I'm sure. He's a great ball player. There was better defensive third baseman who played the position more, though. He did not deserve to win. I'm not like upset that he won, but they definitely missed with that one.
going to the NL third baseman, the winner was Nolan Arenado. This one was the one that generated
Shocker.
the most that generated the most controversy out of any of them, really.
It's a big shock to me that he won.
Um, they instead opted for instead of opting for was it
Could have
O'Neill
been
Cruz?
Cabrian Hayes, low key. Cabrian Hayes
Yeah,
was
that's what it was.
amazing defensively.
Um, is it weird to say that voter complacency is the only reason why people are mad about this pick?
Yeah.
Because Nolan Arenado is doing the same things he's done for the past 10 years. He's won 10 straight Gold Gloves, right? It's
Mhm.
9 or 10.
He
It's
didn't
10.
deserve it this year. Like, he didn't deserve to win it this year. It should have been Cabrian Hayes.
Homeboy's doing the same exact stuff every year and is still like the best on the planet at being a defensive third baseman. And everybody's like, oh wait, he's won it the past 9 times. We shouldn't give it to him anymore because it's voter fatigue. It's all it is.
He shouldn't have won. It should have been Cabrian Hayes. Hayes had a higher fielding percentage this year. Nado, again, I'm not trying to diminish him. Had a great defensive year, had a great offensive year. Cabrian Hayes was just simply better at defense at third base this year than Nolan Arenado was.
I disagree, but it is what it is.
I'm just saying that because you're a Rockies fan, you miss Nado.
I miss Nato, but that's not why.
Let's get to shortstop because
Jeremy Pena.
love it.
The
He was
other options were
amazing.
Carlos Correa and Xander Bogaerts, and I feel like he clears either of them.
Pena,
Yeah,
I'm ready to say it. Pena is a top 5 shortstop in the league today. He's number 5. I put him at 5. Maybe not stat wise, but talent wise. He's coming in as a rookie, having to replace the guy in Carlos Correa, who's been known as one of the top shortstops. He comes in, wins a Gold Glove his rookie year, wins the ALCS MVP, wins the World Series MVP, and gets snubbed from Rookie of the Year finalist. I'm willing to say this. Jeremy Pena should have won Rookie of the Year this year.
no,
Julio had a better regular season, yes, but Jeremy Pena's impact was so much more. Julio did not do much in the playoffs. Without Pena, the Astros don't win the World Series.
but the problem with that argument is it's completely invalid because Rookie of the Year is a regular season award, like it or not.
But you have to take in
No, you can't. The
you
votes are
have
the
to.
votes are tallied before the postseason.
What Pena did in the postseason was just so spectacular. I feel
It
like
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't think it should be a regular season stat only. I think you should. Because the playoffs, that's where everything matters. Everything in the sports world revolves around the playoffs. He
No,
was the best player in the postseason this year.
it
Jeremy
should
Pena.
it
I
should
think it
it should
should.
no
I
it
think
should
it
not
should.
be it should not include the postseason. Here's why. If you include the postseason, if you include the postseason, it's the same argument it's the same argument that's killed Mike Trout. It's the same argument that's going to continue to kill Shohei Ohtani. It's the
Just
same
say
It's the same argument that killed Bryce Harper.
All I'm trying to say is like what Pena did in the World Series and the playoffs are just so spectacular that you have to like you can't just look at that and be like doesn't count. Like what he did
It
in the
doesn't.
postseason
He
was so
received.
amazing. It deserves to be recognized. He was a
He
rookie when
did.
he did that.
He got ALCS and World Series MVP.
He was robbed of the award. Okay, first off, he was robbed of being a finalist. He deserved to be a
Yes.
finalist.
Yes. It should have been Julio, Adley, and Jeremy Pena. It was simple. It was
At the
clear
very
cut.
least, co-rookie of the year with Julio. He deserves it.
Not a
He
chance.
was phenomenal.
If you look at how the award is done,
I think it's
it
time for
goes
a
with
change.
not no,
I
because
think it's
what's going
time
to
for a
happen?
change.
What's the argument that's always been made for Mike Trout is that hey, a baseball player can only affect things 1 out of every 9 times through a rotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if he pops off and gets 3 home runs or whatever else, and Otani goes 8 scoreless and gets 2 home runs of his own, they can still lose, whatever, right? So
Pena made sure the Astros didn't lose, though.
so Adley Rutschman, okay. Adley Rutschman is on a team that like they overperformed, but they didn't make the playoffs. Adley Rutschman, I'm not gonna sit here and say that if the Orioles made the playoffs, Adley Rutschman couldn't have done the exact same thing that Jeremy Pena did.
I'm not, okay, so I'm not saying like it should like fully include the postseason. I'm saying the voting should take place after the postseason because I'm pretty sure Pena had maybe 1 or 2 postseason games without getting a hit. Seeing what he did on the biggest stage, it deserves to be in the voters' minds when they cast the vote. Because Rookie of the Year is all about the talent. He just played so phenomenal. He deserved to be on the ballot. He deserved to what he did in the postseason. He deserves that to at least be seen when voting for Rookie of the Year. He deserves that much at least.
Not a chance. It's a regular season award, and it's just how it's done, Justin.
We're not going to be able to change each other's minds. I think we have to agree to disagree and move on. Because we're just going to keep going back and forth. I know us. Neither of us are going to concede. Neither of us want to just give in. We just got to agree and move on. Agree to disagree and move on.
Dansby Swanson for the of the Braves for the National League Gold shortstop.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah,
I'm not just saying this as a Cubs fan. Nico Hoerner played phenomenal. He was great on defense. He was so good on offense. In the second half of the year, he rarely didn't have a hit in a game. And when he got a hit with like in most games I watched, he
Nico
had
Hoerner
2 to 3 hits. He was not a finalist.
It was Ha-Seong Kim and Miguel Rojas.
Oh no, he wasn't a finalist, but he should have been a finalist. I think he was just very good and like he's one of the most underrated players because no one's watching Cubs games. Let's be honest. Only Cubs fans are watching Cubs games. I was watching these games. He's good. He had a great year, and almost no one is talking about it.
Yeah.
He deserved to be a finalist. I'm not saying he deserved to win. I'm saying he deserved to be a finalist.
Left field, Stephen Kwan of the.
You know I have nothing bad to say about my guy Kwan. I'm not gonna fight that. I love it. I love it for him. I love it for him.
I don't know. Kwan was more just consistent. Sometimes, at a position that lacks overall talent in left field that lacks just great talent overall, that's a pretty solid.
I agree. Consistency
your barometer is just
key.
Consistency, yeah. I'll try to speed through this a little bit because we do want to get to some of the more important awards. Ian Happ.
Love it. He deserves it 100%. Oh my God. If you watch Cubs games, you have to know he's the best defensive left fielder in the game. He is so good at defense. So many times he was making game-saving plays. If they would have snubbed him, I would have come on here and made a huge rant. He totally deserves this award. If you disagree, you didn't watch any of his highlights, and you don't deserve to have an opinion. He was the best defensive left fielder this year with ease. So good defensively.
Here, one sec. Let me fix my headphones. They're struggling right now.
Sorry. I'm just so happy he actually won because I thought he was gonna get snubbed like all the Cubs players do.
All right, so
I'm just so happy for my guy.
center field in the American League, Miles Straw.
I don't love it. I don't. I don't love it.
I gotta watch him play. He's fun to watch.
He's definitely fun to watch, and he's definitely deserved to be a finalist. But I don't know about being the
The
best
contenders were
defensive center
Michael A. Taylor
fielder.
and Cedric Mullins. I mean, it's pretty easy between the three to decide. If me
Yeah, I don't
personally.
know. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna go and complain like I did on a few of the other ones, but I don't love it like I did like Ian Happ winning. It's like middle of the road. I don't hate it. Don't love it. It is what it is. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about him winning. Honestly, I really don't think there's much more to it than that. At least for me.
Center fielder in the National League, Trent Grisham.
I think this was well deserved. Grisham, on the Brewers, he had one of the worst defensive plays in that playoff series. Got traded to the Padres. He's really turned it around and become one of the better defensive outfielders. So definitely
Yeah.
think he deserves a gold glove.
And unless they went with Victor Robles, I feel like that's the right move.
Yeah, Robles, you definitely argue Robles deserves it.
Right field in the American League went to Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker,
I think
phenomenal.
the only reason it went to Kyle Tucker is because Aaron Judge did not play enough in right field.
I think Kyle Tucker's a better defender than Aaron Judge is. So I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
I I think that's pretty close, and I think they would have given Judge the nod if he hadn't have played so many games in center field.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think they would have given Judge the nod, but I don't think he would have dissolved it. I think it should have been Kyle Tucker no matter
No,
what. I
I
think
agree.
Kyle Tucker is the defensive.
I'm just saying
I
that
agree with what you're
it's
saying.
it's
Okay.
what the media would do.
Yeah. Judge would have won it if he played enough right field. I agree with that. But we both agree Kyle Tucker is the one who deserved to win, and he did. So I'm
Yeah.
happy about that.
Right fielder Mookie Betts, as long as it wasn't Juan Soto, we were
Yeah.
fine.
Of course. I mean, Mookie.
Pitcher
Great
Shane
player.
Bieber. Can we just skip past pitching because there's
Yeah.
really
No one cares. We might as well say who the NL pitcher was and then move on.
yeah, pitcher for it was Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
So hey, you know what? First off, good for both of them, right? Obviously, good for them. But it didn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Silver Slugger. Let's try and
Wait, nope. You got three things
Oh.
left in the Gold Glove category.
what am I forgetting?
Utility
know.
first
Utility.
went to DJ LeMahieu of the New York Yankees.
Okay.
Did he deserve it? Probably not. Am I glad he got it as a former Rocky? Yes, I am, but it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Nationally, Brendan Donovan. Probably
I
should
like
have
that.
been probably should have been Tommy Edman, but it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
still it's two Cardinals guys. So at the end of the day, I mean
Either way, I'm gonna be upset that they won. So
yeah. And then the team, this one I heartily disagree with. The Yankees got the team Gold Glove award.
Aaron Hicks in center. He gave no effort. No, that was bad.
It should have been the Guardians.
Yes, exactly. It should have been the Guardians.
The Guardians
maybe,
had 4 Gold Glovers. Guardians
yeah,
had
it should have been the Guardians.
Maybe
even the Astros.
Yeah, I would say the
Guardians,
I would say
Astros,
it has to be
were
Guardians,
1 and 2.
Astros, Yankees.
I wouldn't even put the Yankees at third. I'll be honest.
I think you have to because I think Judge got second place to Tucker. So
yeah, but Aaron Hicks was just so bad defensively.
that's true. And then team for the NL was Cardinals. That makes sense. It's
true. I don't want to admit it, but yeah, they're really good defensively.
And then Platinum Glove, we both agree that Trevino did not deserve Platinum Glove.
No. And Nolan Arenado, I think he was the best defensive player who won a Gold Glove, but I don't think he should have won the Gold Glove. So him winning the Gold Glove, I agree that he deserved the Platinum Glove, but I don't agree that he should have won Gold Glove.
I think it's funny
that's
because
a weird way to put it. I think that
yeah.
I don't think Nolan Arenado should have won the Gold Glove. I think it should have been Ke'Bryan Hayes. But if Ke'Bryan Hayes doesn't win it and Arenado does win it, I think he does deserve the platinum glove over everyone else.
Which is really weird to say because, then
Yeah.
you're saying that Brian Hayes is the second best defender in the National League, which is wild to say.
It is wild to say that, but I don't fully disagree. Like, Brian
I
Hayes
don't,
is
yeah.
great defensively.
I think the only one that could give him a run for his money is honestly Real Muto. Of anybody on that list,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to say. That one, platinum gloves are kind of difficult
It's
in that
really
regard.
hard. Platinum gloves are hard.
Let's also kind of cruise through Silver Slugger real quick. So I'm gonna list both of them for position. Just give me
Honestly, let's just say something if we disagree with it.
Alejandro Kirk for catcher and Real Muto for the net so Kirk for National League, Real Muto for
Again, I think Contreras deserves some consideration, but again, he played too much DH. Cal Raleigh,
What about
that's kind of
Salvador
bias coming
Perez?
out. I feel like Cal Raleigh was a little better offensively than
I just feel like
Perez.
that award is kind of tailor made for Salvador Perez,
Yeah.
and he didn't win it.
I think he played a lot of DH though, so that kind of took him out of the catchers list.
So Nathaniel Lau and Paul Goldschmidt. I do
Paul
want to say
Goldschmidt,
one.
yes. Lau, I think that's a little crazy.
Lau was great
He was.
batting, but his defense was terrible. That was the one thing I was going
Yeah.
to say. Is it's ironic just how good one you can be at one and bad at the other.
Yeah, I don't hate the Lau pick. I don't know. It could have gone to someone
Altuve
else.
and McNeil were the second
Yes.
baseman. Yeah,
No arguments.
Altuve less so, but that might also be a little bit of like the postseason struggle recency bias. But,
Yeah, I think that's recency bias because he had a very good regular season.
Ramirez and Nolan Arenado, the two best third basemen in
Yeah.
baseball. Like that was easy.
Signed,
Arenado was
sealed,
MVP
delivered.
candidate, so
He was. I think he got second.
You could make the argument for Machado.
You could make the Machado was very good, but see, I would say Arenado has a better chance at MVP, but I think Machado was the better hitter. But Arenado's defense put him above in MVP, so I think the Silver Slugger should have been Manny Machado. But you can't complain with Nolan Arenado getting it. Like, I feel like they're interchangeable for Silver Slugger.
Yeah.
I think it should have been Machado, but I really can't complain with Nado getting it.
In the defensive department, it's obviously Nado, but
yes.
I mean, in
Machado,
hitting, it's right there. So
Machado should not be. Yeah, he's a great defender too. We can't just roll by it. Arenado is definitely better, but Machado is still very good defensively.
Interestingly, by the way, Machado wasn't the third finalist in NL third baseman Gold Glove. It was Ryan McMahon of the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should have been Machado as the finalist, but I'm not mad McCann got the finalist nod because he was very good defensively too.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I wouldn't say better than Machado. I wouldn't say he was better than Machado defensively, but seeing someone who's not on Machado's level get recognition for being a finalist, I like seeing that, and so I'm not going to be upset about it.
Xander Bogaerts and Trey Turner.
Again,
should have been Jeremy Pena, I think.
Maybe Pena again for the NL though. Nico deserves some credit. He should not have won it, but he deserves some recognition for it. Again, he was so good.
I think Pena was hurt a little bit too long.
Yeah, I would say Pena was hurt, and plus, like we said, shortstop's such a deep position.
So I'm going to go through all three American League outfielders and all three National League outfielders. We'll react to American League first. Aaron Judge, Julio Rodriguez, and Mike Trout. No complaints. This was the easiest three to just go boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Perfect.
Except maybe, actually, no, Jordan played a lot of DH. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm assuming he won DH one.
National League, Mookie Betts, Kyle Schwarber, and Juan Soto.
No, not Juan Soto. Juan Soto. I don't think Juan Soto should have won it this year. Juan Soto had a down year. He was still good, but he batted like 240.
Harper, maybe?
Don't think. Yeah. Harper missed too much time.
That's right. That is right, because he missed like a month and a half, didn't he?
Yeah. Love that Schwarber got the recognition. Love that guy.
That was an obvious one, I almost feel like, though.
I'm gonna say Juan Soto didn't fully deserve it, but it's Juan Soto. You kind of have to give it to him.
What if you're crazy to say Brian Reynolds?
It's hearing it is crazy to say. Like for a casual fan, Brian Reynolds was a better hitter than Juan Soto. But if you genuinely look into the stats, I wouldn't say that's crazy. But like on the surface, it's crazy. But if you dig in, I think that's completely valid.
So DHs, Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros and Josh Bell of the Padres.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, Yordan, obviously. NL, I don't hate it. Again, I don't hate it. Don't love it. It is what it is.
I don't know what other great options there would have been. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like the second authority of the National League really having DHs. Again, Wilson Contreras played more DH, but he did play a lot of catcher. It really takes him out of both of the conversations, which sounds bad because he was so good. But
yeah,
Contreras could have been in the conversation, but I wouldn't say he played enough DH to win it.
Luis Arias and Brandon Drury won it for utility.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean Arias beat Judge for the batting title, and then Drury exploded out of nowhere this season.
He really did.
His contract is a steal.
Mm-hmm.
We go into Rookie of the Year.
Manager first.
Manager, okay. American League National League, you pick.
NL, but Showalter, yes, good. You have anything to say on that? I feel like that's kind of maybe oh, the Dodgers manager. I'm blanking on his name. Dave Roberts, right?
Yeah.
You could argue him. He always wins it though. He went with someone new. I don't hate it.
I don't like it, but that's because there was no good options because I could have managed the Mets to a 100-win season with how stacked that team was. I could have managed the Dodgers to 112, 114, something like that.
I don't know if you can manage them to 112. I think anyone can manage them to 100, but
you get my
over
point though.
I don't know. I can't just say, oh yeah, you definitely could. Like,
but you get my point though. It's like
I get your point. I definitely think anyone can manage that Dodgers team to 100 wins, but I'm not gonna say anyone can manage them to over 110. I won't give you that.
But I think if it's gonna be between Roberts and Showalter, I think Showalter is the better pick. He comes back after essentially retiring after leaving the Orioles, so I don't know. I'm happy with it. You want to go to the AL then?
Robbery was taken. Terry Francona should not have won.
Who do you think should have won it?
I'm blanking on his name again. The Orioles manager, and I don't get how it wasn't him. Brandon Hyde. I don't know how they were projected to have a losing record. They won 90. They won 80-ish. Not how many games did they win?
I'll find it for you. One sec.
He did such a good job managing this team. He deserved to win Manager of the Year. I don't understand how he didn't. They were supposed to be a 60-win team. He led them to
he led them to 83 wins.
83 wins. 20 to 30 games over what they were projected. And he didn't win Manager of the Year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Outrage. Robbery. Highway robbery. Highway robbery.
That being said, I went to Cleveland this past season.
How was Kwan?
Kwan was great. I think he went 4 for 4, 4 for 5.
Oh.
Terrible officiating. Terrible officiating. But I got to see all that Terry Francona brought to the team besides wins and losses. He was like the heart and soul of the team. He was normally the manager is not the favorite person on the team. But for the Guardians, like he represented the Guardians. Not Jose Ramirez, not Steven Kwan, not Andres Jimenez. Terry Francona represented the Cleveland Guardians. So I think that's why they gave it to him. If you're going simply off of wins and losses and expectation, I think Brandon Hyde is the easiest pick of all time. But if you're looking for the impact that is made outside of just being a manager and just kind of just doing your job, I think Tito's the way to go.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the next awards are like, yes, I think they're everyone who I would say deserve them. So let's go with Rookie of the Year. Julio Rodriguez won it, obviously.
Yeah.
Michael Harris won it. You could argue Spencer Strider, but
I think Strider was better, but it doesn't
it's position
matter.
it's position bias.
Yeah. It at the end of the day though, it doesn't matter. Like,
it really doesn't.
Do I think Spencer Strider really cares if
his
he
good
doesn't
friend wins?
Yeah, no, I don't think he cares. I don't think Harrod
however, it should have been Christopher Morel or Seiya Suzuki. No, I'm just playing. They had both of them had 2 good rookie years. Suzuki was injured a bit. He had a great opening to the year.
Let me also make sure I'm clear. When I say it doesn't matter, I'm not trying to say that the Rookie of the Year award doesn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter between the two of them who won it.
He's speaking facts, no principle.
I felt like I kind of was a little bit aggressive in my "it doesn't matter," so I just wanted to clarify, make sure everybody understood.
Let's go to MVP. Paul Goldschmidt, obviously. Judge, obviously. We've gone into it.
Yeah. I mean, people are really trying to undermine Judge and Goldie, but
they deserved it. Those were the 2 MVPs. Cy Young in the AL. Oh,
Justin Verlander.
Easy money. Dude is 39 coming off Tommy John.
And he's like what was it, like a 1.9 something ERA?
Yeah. He was the best pitcher in baseball this year.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. The NL Cy Young was Sandy Alcantara. And earlier this year, me and Tommy made a little bet because I was so high on Sandy Alcantara that if Sandy Alcantara won Cy Young, Tommy had to apologize to me for undermining my knowledge and that I knew who was the best pitcher in the NL. And if anyone else won it, I would apologize to him for being so high on the guy who I was completely wrong about. I was right.
I don't remember that other part of the deal. I don't ever remember you having to apologize. That's the funniest bit. I don't remember that.
If Alcantara didn't win, I had to apologize for being so high and be saying he will win. He will, like, I was hammering it down everyone's throat that the only way you would make that bet was if I apologized if he didn't win.
Yeah. It's funny just because I don't remember that. All I remember is saying, all right, I'll apologize if Sandy wins.
I think I did that, so then it was like a true full-on bet, not a bonus if Sandy actually won. Because I want to make like a big thing about it as a bet.
Because I also wouldn't have agreed if it was just a one-sided thing. Because I didn't want it to be, where it was just a one-sided thing where if Sandy won, you got something, but if he didn't,
Wait. Oh wait, no, I can't record unless I unplug my headphones.
Are we ready?
Wait, give me a second. I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come to a realization over these past 8 months. I have come to realize that I was misguided in my thinking surrounding Sandy Alcantara. At the beginning of the year, in our 2-hour special surrounding the beginning of the 2022 MLB season, Justin Yormark, my dear friend, had two Cy Young picks. One of them panned out, and one of them very much didn't. The one that did pan out
was so bad. The AL one was so bad.
We don't mention Casey Mize in these halls anymore.
No, he was my long shot. He was my darkest. My winner was Lance McCullers.
That's what it was. McCullers was fine, but he wasn't great. But I have come to realize that Sandy Alcantara is a true workhorse, harkening back to the good old days of pitching. The good old days where you could watch a guy go, 8, 9 innings consistently and perform well. He threw 228 in a third innings, and it was truly spectacular to watch him play baseball. So to the 4 Marlins fans, and as well to Justin and to Sandy Alcantara himself, I do sincerely apologize.
So I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. You telling Justin Yormark was right and you were wrong?
I'm saying that I was wrong about Sandy Alcantara's about the season Sandy Alcantara would have.
That would make Justin Yormark right, correct?
I would say that I am wrong.
So you were incorrect and I was correct.
I'm saying that I was wrong personally. Me personally, I was wrong.
And so that would make me correct.
You're not going to get me to say it on camera.
I think you do. We made a bet. I think you should honor it.
No, I apologized. The bet was that I would apologize.
I want you to say, Justin, I am sorry.
I did.
Just say it.
Nope, I'm good. I already said it.
One more time.
Nope, I'm
good.
One more time. No, you already have it on video.
Let's go! I've been waiting all year to hear those words from Tommy.
You already had that on video. That's what I don't understand. It's like I had already apologized to you, so I don't know why you kept trying to push the issue.
Shut up, Tommy. I want that. I have it on video twice now. Now you can't mess up this recording and get away without having it on record.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You wouldn't do that, but
he deserved it. Like, I want it. As embarrassing or whatever as it is, it's like, if that's the thing I'm going to apologize for being wrong, I'll be completely fine over it because Sandy Alcantara was not supposed to be that guy, but he was, and he deserved it.
I knew he is. I knew he was that guy. And it just feels so good to hear you say that I was right. It's that time. Listen to the sign, or you have to lose a bet to me and make a formal apology like Tommy just did. If you don't do that, you have to formally apologize on camera to me and Tommy. Just like Tommy just did. So embarrassing. He even said it. It was embarrassing. I made a big deal about it. I'll make a big deal about it if you don't listen to the sign.
But yep, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate
that's a pretty good sign bit, right? I feel like that was good.
That was good. I don't know. My favorite one is the taking a single shoe one. That's still my personal favorite. But
oh my god, that was a great one.
I don't know.
That was a 10 out of 10 one. I won't lie.
We need to come up with some. We'll get more. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we should make.
Nope. And with that, with Justin's struggles, we're gonna end it right there.
My brain is fried.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.